Let me see if someone watches today, because I don't know. Okay, let's see how many are coming to watch my live stream today. All right, trying to make an update on this Edward. I'm 3D printing some of these models. Hi Thomas, the engine. So hi everybody who are watching this live stream again. So I'm going straight to hi dear Debbie Percy. Hello. I'm going straight to this. I am doing some tests with this Edward chassis. Wild Thomas, hi. Oh, thank you, Wild Thomas Collector. Thank you for your support. Okay, so let me go straight to this. Since we have a problem with the Edward shells, I've been saying the last. Hello, Taxo. See, they broke very easily. They are old. I mentioned this yesterday. So I never thought I could do this in overnight. Hi, Pasha. So I made the shell for Edward. A couple things I did different on the original Edward. Since I noticed that we can adjust the 3D print. I was watching the pictures of the TV series, and this lining is not exactly as it should look. So I tried to stick closer to the TV series, how they look or appear on the TV series. So the lining on this one was a little bit lower. It's not like this one. It's very, it's not spaced accordingly to, compared to the TV series. Also, I was comparing with the Bachmann models. Bachmann does have close, the line is pretty much like this and not like this. And I added, I don't want the, oh, thank you, Thomas Henry, for buying the Alfie. Appreciate it. So I added the windows. I don't want to add decals since we have problem with the decals. Decals are very expensive. If you find some decals on eBay, they cost like $7 plus shipping plus taxes around $9 to $10. So anyways, we did the lining with 3D print, so it will be faster and easy just to paint over as I show you. Henry the other day. Oh, here is Henry. See, we just paint over the lining. It's very easy, simple, so it's not complex. Now I'm gonna do a test to show you that I don't have the tender ready, but there's no the wheels, so the 3D printed shell works great. There's no problem with that one. And I regret selling my Edwards bodies, models that I sold the other day in lots. I think I had like a 10 or something. And I say, okay, since they are broken, I'm going to sell them, and I sold them. But now I found out that I can make the shells. I wish I could. Let me remove this out of the way. Could make the tops myself before I selling them, but there's no problem with Edward. Now, one thing I added and I noticed in the TV series, this model does on the TV series. This does not. I don't think it's this are these valves or the whistle. So I adjusted the whistle a little bit and I put it right over here where it should be. It's very tiny. I don't know if you can see it right there. Wild Thomas, yes, I'm going to do that for Gordon. Yes, I do have so many Gordons that are broken too. I think I showed you the other day the Gordons also have the same problem that they break when they are very old, and And since now I can replace the parts, I will 3D print them. Instead of going to the trash, we can save our chassis, the motor, and everything. I already show you how to fix all those parts, so we no longer have to have the problem. I don't want to toss, a toy. Now, there's one problem that I cannot find the proper or close filament color for those. Um, GT and Poe, yeah, I'll try. I'll try to do anything. I mean, everything I can. Okay, here's something I want to show you. Here are the shades we have. They are not the same. Close. That's the closest I could find. And Edward is, I don't know if Edward should be this shade. It's like a sky blue. That's the filament color I found online. So this is the one. It's pretty close to Gordon. I don't know if you can see it right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Yes, Wild Thomas. Yes, actually it was on my mind, and the file I made for Edward is also named FR, which is Furnace Railway, and I wanted to do that for Edward. Now, there's one thing that I want to do for Edward. I don't know if you've seen the Edward has some steps here, so I'm gonna try to make it happen for the Edward model on the tender right here. So there's room right here. We cannot make it. I cannot make the flap a little sticking out a little longer because there will be problems while turning. So I can make it, but it will not be okay. But I can definitely make it a little bit, sticking out a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 millimeters, and then make the steps here for Edward. I definitely could do that for Edward. I was thinking about that yesterday. One thing I added for Edward is see this little angle bracket or corner right here is not in the original model. I think they missed it or they forgot. I mean, it's not much since it's very little, but I added that part. The only problem we have here is the back of it, since the supports don't allow me to make a smooth finish. This is the way it looks on the back. Surprise Plarail, hello. So now the face is the other thing I need to do. Like I say, everything fits perfect. Perfect. There's no problems at all. It's perfect replacement for our old Edwards. And like I say, I definitely regret selling other 10 Edwards. I think I sell them for $10 or something like that, or 20. I don't remember. But anyway, thank you, Surprise Plarail. Yeah, so we're gonna start making these shells. I mean, I have a lot of these broken ones, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will find that these are very hard to find or expensive. Or if you have one, they are kind of. I mean, you don't want to get rid of them, you know. One thing I want to point out that these models, they use the same battery terminals. Let me see if I can show you. Right there. See the battery terminals? They fit perfect as the other ones. But there's one thing that you need to know when you're buying the shell for Henry. That's the one I have. And I think the Tomy comes with a rivet, but you definitely need something like from Edward, Gordon, or James. Some of those do not have rivet. I noticed that Henry does come with a rivet, so you definitely need some of those that are only like a press and push in and place and sticks in there. That's the way it is. It's better. And I want to say for those who already bought this uh, these shells, before you install the wires, I mean before you install the battery terminals, make sure you weld outside in a table or a desk, wherever, the metal plates, these battery terminals, and do not weld while it's in here, since PLA is kind of melt very fast at low temperature. You might damage the entire shell, the tender shell. So I recommend you, I also did that in the description on eBay. Do weld, solder the battery terminal, then just slide the wire through the tender. There is a hole right there, that hole over there. Just slide it in there, and then just clip on the battery terminals. That's how it works with this one. But we're doing good with the replacement, so I'm gonna try to make an update for the tender tomorrow. Yeah, I sold them for $10. Okay. So, anyways, I will have an update with Edward's tender, since I have the file for for Henry. The only thing I did is I remove. Let me see. Let me show you what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna try to move my camera to the PC. Sorry, the mess. Right here. I'm gonna give you an update. Oh, that's dirty. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's go to right here. See there? I have the battery terminal housing ready. I just need to build the tender. Everything is done with Tinkercad. You can do all this on Tinkercad. It's free. I'm not being paid to say that, but anyways. And this is how I've been doing these things, you know. It's very easy. I mean, once you learn how to do it, I know there are other software that are expensive, or you pay a membership thing. But since Tinkercad is free, I already mastered how to do something. It's not perfect, but once you do everything, it works flawless. There is Edward. It's printed in different and separate parts, you know. Now, obviously, I'm not perfect. I am saying this. I messed up. I always messed up one or two. I'm gonna show you this mess. I always messed up one or two models, and then the final comes up. So here is the first. I'm gonna share with you guys this. I'm gonna share with you guys this. This is the first one I made, but at the moment I mixed the file, I got rid of the screw housing, and still this was kind of short a little bit. I'm gonna share I compare side by side, just 1 millimeter shorter, right there, just a little bit. So that was not okay for the housing, and then I redesigned this again, and these were too long, so I had to cut it. But this was kind of the final. And then I also made a mistake, because this was kind of tall. I think this is the one I show you right there, taller, and I could not have access to the lever. But that's how we learn. We are not perfect anyways. But I always have the same thing, you know. If I make one, the first one I always like to do, so I know what I have to adjust, and then if it fits perfect. Now I need to do the face for that thing, and we'll be done. But I'm right now I want to do the tender. Look at this tender, is broken. I mean, the 3D print is not perfect, but it's better than nothing, better than tossing away these old toys, and it's working. You know, I show you guys it is working. Same is with Henry. It is working perfect. So I'm gonna give you an update, guys, later. I mean tomorrow, when I finish the design for the tender. It might take me 4 hours maybe or less, since I already have the battery terminal house. I mean the battery housing. I just need to redesign the outside, and I'll have it ready for you guys tomorrow. Now the problem with the filament is the only ones we have available. There are not a lot of options, so that's why we stick with these colors, with these shades. And say it again, this is how it looks. Gordon is the closest color or shade I have so far. I mean, this is faded, but if you compare the wheels, see the wheels right there, they are almost the same shade. So we should not have a problem once we swap the top. It's the same shade, almost the same. I could say almost the same shade with the wheels and the top. So it's not always how it looks on the. Here is one that is in good close shade. That's perfect. I would say it's better than nothing. So now, how about Edward? Should I print Edward in this shade or sky blue? I do not have any Edwards with a good to compare the shade, the color. This is pale black. I mean green. Hi MB Johnny. So what's your opinion? Sky blue or blue? That's the only two options I have for Edward this moment. But the wheels, let me see the wheels. Probably the wheels will indicate or dictate. Okay, yeah, it has to be blue. Okay, I think it's better to have this shade than this shade. But I'm gonna try to make both options or both prints to compare side by side. But if we add this shade to these wheels, might not match unless you paint the wheels. That's a hassle. So yeah, I'm gonna try to stick. I think I'm gonna try to stick with this shade. I think. I don't know if you. What's your opinion? Yeah, we need to close to the wheels since the top is gone already. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna give you an update tomorrow, guys, with the tenders, so you guys see the complete model. And I regret selling my other 10 Edwards that I sold. They were broken, you know. But anyways, if I get more Edwards, I found other 2 Edwards in a boxes today, so I might make them complete set and and you know making available. But it will be with the 3D printed um, shells or tabs. That's how far we go with the replacement parts, since everybody has missing parts for this. I mean, broken parts for Edward. I've seen some James too having the same problem. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching. I always like to hear your opinions. So we consider all the opinions, and we are going to make an improvement. And someone commented yesterday, I'll say it again, someone commented yesterday about the steps. So yes, definitely want to add the steps here, and maybe a little flap, little piece here for Edward, and then the steps, and then we'll be close to the model on the TV series. Well, that's what I think. Okay, Furness Railway, Edward. Let me see. Now there is one problem. I do have some red shades, colors, but I do not have others. I know you guys. This might look close, but they are not. This kind of light color or shade. This one is a little darker. Let me see if I can close these blinds. And probably I can do it red too. I'm gonna try that one, and I'll show you how it looks. I know it should be brick red or something. I have this brick red, but it's not. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. Okay, one moment. So could be. I exceeded over 20 minutes. I think I made some Kurdi's failed. I don't have the faces. I think there are two over there. Someone's asking me for Kurdi. Let me ask. I can. Let me see if I can reach. There's one, two. I think I have three. Okay, this is too close. Obviously, 3D print in filament is not fancy as the resin. I don't have the face for this one here in hand, but this is how it looks. Purple. That's the closest shade I have for this model. I mean, if you try to make a custom model out of cardboard or something, we reach the part of where 3D print is easier, faster. I think we need to do is design the model, and from there you can go ahead. All this was done with Tinkercad. Um, you need to master those that software, and also I get help from the Blender. I used to do the body with um, Tinkercad. For example, on this part right here with like a little face, you can just adjust a little bit with Blender. I just give the, like a whole circle part, and then just stretch some parts and do it in Blender. It takes time in Blender to do this. Or you can also ask someone to do it for you, commission someone, and then you can do your own for those. I was planning to do, okay, I'm reading the comment right here, adding the third wheel, but since the problem with this tender, you need to have the battery compartment. I wanted to make, 6 wheels tender. Problem is we need to use this chassis. There's no room for the other wheel in the middle right here. I mean, we could make it, but non-motorized. Other way we can do it is using, this Edward that is not, the engine is motorized and the tender is not attached. Probably that you can do it, but I mean, it's only one time. Nobody else was gonna do it. But this is the easy way for me to everybody do it. Just replace the tab for talking about the replacement parts. Do you have a toy, Thomas? Thomas, I don't know where's Thomas. I do have a lot. Edward for the 8th anniversary. Okay, Edward for the 8th anniversary. I haven't seen neither those models. I'll take a look. But I like to stick to the old models. They look a little bit better. But I'll consider, if I have a little time right now, I'll consider making. But right now I'm gonna finish the tender for Edward, and then we'll have them ready for everybody. Okay, great talk, guys. I'm gonna come back later or tomorrow with more updates.